Hooray, souls are out to play. Yes, this world be blessed with our love expressed. Soul Play.
Welcome, friends, to this week's Soul Playhouse. Today, we are going to play with some alchemy. So alchemy is an ancient term dating back centuries. There was a time where it was just about metals becoming gold. There was magic for some. There's a huge history about alchemy. But we're using it for our purposes today to just see how we have all of these different pieces in the puzzles of our lives that come together for the oneness of who we truly be and for the oneness of who we all as humanity truly be. Yeah, so we're also going to spend time today with our third chakra, our solar plexus. This energy center is right here, like where your diaphragm is at the end of your breastbone. And it is the place where energy can get stored that is not good. Like traumas and pains and things can get stored in there. And then that can block us. It can cause problems with digestion and different physical ailments. It can also just impede our happiness and our progress for the things that we want to do in life. The third chakra, this solar plexus, is what regulates our confidence, our self-esteem, our ability to go forward with our dreams. So it is an important place. It loves the color yellow. So if you eat or wear yellow, that's helpful for your solar plexus. And we are going to have some body talk time with our solar plexus today. We're also going to have our rock talk, the beauty of how the sediments of nature form our crystals. So let's play with some alchemy. I am so glad that you're here. Welcome in. Ah, yes. Surrounded in alchemy. After cleaning out 4 homes of my ancestors, I brought many of the treasures with me. They're part of my life now. This beautiful rocker was grandma's or great-grandma's, and it was in an old building in the old family ranch, and I brought it here to Mount Shasta and had it beautifully recovered by Strawberry Upholstery. She did a fabulous job. And this desk was part of the family store in downtown that got cleaned out. This beautiful stained glass was my auntie and uncle's. I'm looking at Ancestor Wall over there with a bunch of their pictures. So yes, the ancestors live in my home, but whether or not you have an ancestor wall or they live in your home, they live in us. They're in our DNA. We're born into a family, into this tribe of family, and so we integrate with the lives that went before us. And on a global level, we integrate with all of our ancestors that aren't necessarily part of our DNA, but part of our consciousness. And so with that ancestor alchemy, let's do a little bit of rock talk. I have these beautiful stones here. Now, I started to go down the rabbit hole of identification again this week. And, these may be Mexican onyx, or they may be banded calcite. It's pretty heavy and it doesn't seem scratchable, so it might be onyx. But the whole thing of identification, I have to back off on that because, we all have our purpose in this world, and I have songs to sing and books to write and all kind of things to do. And mostly, I am surrounded by stones. I love, love, love them. They're bookends that I got at a thrift store many years ago. But speaking of ancestors, many, many of my beautiful stones were my father's, and he was quite the rock hound himself. And so You know, in other soul plays, I will do more honoring of you, Daddy, and your rocks. But today, I want us to just take a moment of rock talk listening with these beautiful stones. Now, these bookends are in the shape of horse. And Future Creature Teacher Horse is all about our energy and our horsepower. And that ties in to today's musings about our energy, about our solar plexus, and these colors kind of go along with the solar plexus as well. Mainly, what I want us to do is to just listen. And a big reason that I chose these stones for today, besides the colors, is the actual banding, because it shows how these different minerals came to be together in these stones. You know, stones are, in many cases, millions of years old, and they're sediment of the earth becoming solidified together. So what a beautiful thing that is. And what a beautiful symbology of alchemy, how different elements come together for the whole. And so I want us to take a moment and with those thoughts in mind of how different pieces come together for the whole, let us do some listening. What do these bands and strands say to you, friends? These stones are heavy and solid. The sediments, like little grains of sand that made up these stones over the years, and then the hands that carved them into these horse shapes. All the many, many, many lives are present in this moment. Did you hear anything in our silent moment? Does the stone speak to you now? What I heard is that while it is important to alchemize our past, especially the hurts, with forgiveness or anything else that would be stuck in our solar plexus, that we don't need to fear. We don't need to fear life's alchemy. We can know that everything will come together for beauty. And just as the clouds swirl and twirl for beauty, these precious, precious stones, these sentiments, these minerals came together for beauty. And that we, my friends, are the same way. We have many bands and strands within us. And some of them we deem beautiful, and some of them we may deem ugly. But it is all part of our divinity, our in and through our humanity. It's all part of the alchemy of our divinity in and through our humanity. We are one. Every bit of us comes together for the whole. Thank you, beautiful, beautiful stones. Oh, circle's calling. Hello? Yes, Giraffe is calling in the circle. What's up, Giraffe? I can't hear anything. Oh, you're humming. Oh, okay, thanks. So Giraffe, Yeah, giraffe doesn't really talk a lot. They have like a few little grunting sounds that they will make sometimes. But the thing that they do at night is they hum. And it's a really low frequency that humans can't often hear. But feature creature teacher giraffe is telling us to hum. Yeah, because humming resets our nervous system through the vagus nerve. And in that solar plexus area, we can bring ourselves more calm by humming. Okay, I'm going to hum a tune and you see if you can name that tune. Did you guess? Twinkle, twinkle? ABC? Baba Black Sheep? All of the above. Same tune. Anyway, humming is a great thing to do, right? And so you can hum your favorite tune. You can hum any tune you like. But remember that as a reset. Hello? Yes. Oh. Okay, got it. Giraffe is saying to laugh. Yeah, we're going to do some laughter yoga. Do you know what laughter yoga is? Well, people get together and do it in big numbers. And what it is that laughing is so good for the body to, help us take ourselves a little less seriously and to just produce some good feeling endorphins. One of the premises of laughter yoga is sort of like fake it till you make it, right? So if you don't have anything to actually laugh about, you just laugh anyway. And when you're with a group of people, I think it's contagious. So, it can be easier to just keep laughing. But we're here, we're together. So we're just going to laugh, okay? Get that belly going, get that belly laugh. Ready? Giraffe! Oh, yay! Laughter yoga. It is good to laugh with Giraffe and you, friend, in the circle. Yay! Oh. Yeah. Hello? Oh. Okay. On our way. My giraffe in the bedroom is calling us. Yes, Giraffe does indeed live in my bedroom as a wonderful anchor and a reminder to see the big picture and stand tall in my truth. And Giraffe they have these long necks, like 7 feet tall or something, their neck is. And I broke my neck many decades ago now, but it definitely makes you think twice about how you hold your head up in this world, how you have your confidence, right? And so this giraffe gets help with holding her head up from this tiger walking stick that was my Uncle Bill's, I believe, maybe Auntie Dee's, but I got it from their house. Again, in the Alchemy circle of ancestors. And so that cane helps her hold her neck up on the daily. And, this little friend has a similar situation, right? I think a lot of times our stuffies get their necks in particular cranked just from too much hugging, too much loving on the neck. And so the good news and the bad news, right? And that is the circle. That is the circle of our solar plexus. Because our solar plexus holds our memories and our traumas that can be the negative energies. It also holds our self-esteem and our confidence and our motivation and our willingness to go forward in the world. And so thereby also holds our dreams in moving forward in the world. Yeah. And so I can see why solar plexus and giraffe are calling us this week. Yeah, to tell us to stand tall in our truth and to tell us to hum when we need to calm ourselves. And that it doesn't matter if the humans hear our hum. Hum. And, really just to, like the mountain, be tall and strong and true to who we truly be. And also we have our tones of yellows for our solar plexus and with our friend giraffe. Yeah, so our intersection of the solar plexus and knowing our truth and also alchemizing the pains of the past, which we all have some, at least a few, and the dreams of the future, and our ability to feel confident, to feel strong, and to stand tall in that truth of who we truly be. Yeah. And so let us stand and visit our solar plexus in our body talk. Listen to your solar plexus. It's right here. And what's good is just to gently poke around a little bit. You will often find places that are sore and that are holding. And I will often do this in bed in the morning. Laying down is actually kind of an easier way to access. And since this show is for the big people, I can say, these girls of mine can be in the way standing up. But you find a spot. There's one. And if you just gently press on it and be aware, you will feel it slowly dissipating the pressure and the pain. And then it will go. And if you want to bring your consciousness to it, you can just ask if there's any specific pain that is there. For me in this moment, the specific pain that I will own up to is that it's hard for me to keep believing sometimes, even moment by moment, that this what I'm doing right here, right now with this program is a good thing, and that it's gonna serve someone, maybe you. Anyway, we can hold on to all kind of pains in our body, whether they be emotional, mental. It could be argued that whole train of thought is a mental pain and causing emotional pain and physical pain. So anyway, find those spots. There's this little bony structure in your diaphragm right here, and that is the energy place of the solar plexus. And so just poke around, and you may find that there are some sore spots. You'll also find that if you take the time to release those sore spots, it does bring more peace, calm, and well-being. Not only in that spot, but I feel it in my spine. I feel it in my neck and shoulders. I feel it in my emotional body. Yeah. I haven't hummed when I've done this, but that might be a great thing to do. Yeah. Oh yes, Giraffe has many invitations for us. To stand tall in our truth, to see the big picture, to look at the path we are on, and to listen in the quiet. Giraffe also invites us to balance our energy with feet on the ground and head in the clouds. Thank you, Giraffe. There are many places in my wonderful playhouse where I can see the mountain, and my bed is one of those places. So the other morning when I awoke at kind of sunrise time, the clouds were doing this magical dance with the mountain. We're going to use that sunrise cloud dancing mountain footage for the nature backdrop for our song this week. This is my buffalo drum, and it was made by Carl Winters, a native maker. And so I honor him and I honor the buffalo when I play this drum. Yes, alchemy. The buffalo lives. The drum maker lives in these drum beats, in my heartbeats. And as we think about alchemy, we have to come back to oneness. Oneness is always the call. As we alchemize the different parts of ourselves, as we acknowledge the connections and the alchemy with our ancestors and the future generations, and just all the many, many facets and pieces of our lives. It's all one big circle of oneness. This is circle of time. Standing on the mountaintop in the circle of time, heartbeats of my ancestors are beating with mine, and the heartbeats of the children who will be here soon. We are all one heartbeat in the sacred mother's womb. In the heartbeats of the circle, oneness is the call. Heartbeats now and heartbeats then, beat with one and all. Here in the circle, the sacred circle of time, there is just one heartbeat beating with mine. One heartbeat, one circle, one time. One heartbeat, one circle, one time. The sacred circle of time. There is just one heartbeat standing on the mountaintop. Yes. And now I leave you with the mountaintop and the swirling clouds for a moment of your own oneness with your alchemy, oneness with your self and with all that is. One heartbeat, one circle, one time. A few weeks ago in Soul Play, I honored my little girl, and I touched into some pretty painful places and honored her for all she shouldered when we were young. When she was young, when I was young, we are one. We are one in the circle. So more transformation and more honoring. I have these old paintings that I did in kindergarten, and thank you to my mama for saving them, and to my daddy who never threw anything away. Yeah, I found these, and so I put them here in my bedroom to honor her. And for this week, I am painting with my little girl. She always loved to paint, and she's been asking me to paint for quite a while, and I haven't been doing it. So we just are integrating some different things. Alchemy, alchemy, alchemy. Yay! So my little girl and I picked out 3 things. This is just a fun blouse, but these little overalls are so fun, and I am going to give my little girl permission to just be creative and do whatever. So I know there's going to be flowers on here, maybe rainbows, maybe rainbow hands, I don't know what all. So these are going to be really fun, but I have 2 more things that we picked out. All right, this sweatshirt is pretty ginormous, but it is a lovely bright yellow, and which is really good for the solar plexus and the energy of being strong and confident, and the energy of the sun. So I wasn't even thinking about solar plexus when we picked out this yellow thing from our supply in the closet. But I was thinking sun. I was thinking doing something sunny on here, and that would be really fun to put on a cold winter's day, put on some bright sun. Yay. Okay, lastly, this dress. I got, like where I get everything, at the thrift store years ago. And I was just going to cut the bottom off and use the bottom because the dress didn't fit, for one. And it's just kind of a color, although it's a canvas. It fits now, as you can see. Still doesn't look the best up top, probably. It's really made for a smaller person. See the ties right here that tie? They're supposed to tie at the waist, and instead it's tying right here instead of like right here. So there's that. So I may or may not keep the ties. I don't know what's going to happen with it. But I am going to start with just doing some simple painting, making rainbow giraffes. So let's get those paintbrushes and those rainbow spots on these beautiful giraffes. Let's go! Yay! Here we are. The first one, we're going to go with our template, which is already done because this dress had the giraffes on there, right? And so my little Laurie finally got some paintbrushes in her hands, lots of them and lots of colors, right? And so we still have this whole side to go, but look at this! Yes! Yes, yes, yes! Look at this! Yay! Oh, I love my little Laurie. I love painting, and I love that she paints, and I love that we are painting. And so the most important note about all of this, my friends, is that there's many ways to be and to play with your inner child and to honor your inner child. And basically, it's like saying yes to if you had a child, like I had my son Jeremiah. And so when he was young, of course you like to say yes whenever you can, right? And so to honor our inner child can be as simple as just diving into what brings them joy, right? And it doesn't have to be painful. You don't have to go back and look at all the stuff, although that has its place and that can be helpful as well. But I think really one of the things I love about painting, and why my little girl, my inner wise one, my inner wise girl knows to come back to painting, is I drop in to that meditative mode where a lot of that adult mind just goes away, away, away. And our wonderful minds have their places and they do a lot of good for us, but they also need a break. I need a break from my mind and to just be in my playful heart. And so this gives me and my little Laurie much joy. And so we'll do the other side, and then we'll see what else this dress will bring. It's great to create. So whatever brings your inner child joy, whatever just calls your heart, maybe it's swinging, maybe it's, playing ball, baseball, basketball, I don't know, whatever brings yourself into joy, you can know that you've activated and honored your inner child. For me, it's the paint. For you, what is it? Surrounded by alchemical goodness. My neighbor and friend Carolyn brought me some of her flowers this week and shared. So beautiful. And, there's stones here. I've got ancestors smiling at me from the wall. Of course, the beautiful mountain in the background and my angels in the backyard. So I just feel like I'm surrounded in goodness. So here is a pot of goodness. It was some old wilty things that were not looking so sporty. And so I chopped them up, old apples, old lemons, and ginger. As I cut up the ginger, I found so many friends, little friendly faces or funny faces, which was a great reminder to give thanks for the life that lives in the ginger and in all other things too. Yay, ginger. Lots of ginger. And I put it in a jar with a bit of water and a bit of sugar and some vinegar. And it just sat there for like 2 weeks. And then yesterday I drained it off and have this in the refrigerator now, and it's going to last at least a couple of months in there. But then there was so much goodness left that I put more water in there and put it on the stove and was boiling it up and have been having it. So it's really strong, and you can add hot water for a tea. Or what's really fun is you have a soda. And there's not much sugar in this one, so it's not particularly sweet, but it's very tangy and yummy to me. So I've been enjoying that. And so a friend, Pat, had come to visit in June, and she got me going on this idea because she said, have you made shrubs? And I'm like, what's a shrub? And so it's basically you take fruit and put a bunch of sugar in there and some water, let it sit for a day or two, and then drain it off and add vinegar. And then, you can save these in the fridge and they last a long time. So you can Google up shrub and how to do that. And so I was making shrubs, or made a couple of them. Unfortunately, I didn't write down what's in them. Oops. And so this is a fruit one that I did do full sugar on, so it's pretty sweet and makes a really nice soda. And then I actually don't remember what I did with this one either. I want to say I maybe took some blackberries because we've been having a lot of blackberries grow around here again. I should have wrote it down. But I have the end of the bottle of the apple cider vinegar with the mother still in there. And the mother is that floaty thing, kind of looks like a jellyfish. But it's really quite nutritious and yummy. And so these just make wonderful sodas or teas. And just a little goes a long way. And the thing that's so marvelous is that nature is full of medicine for our bodies, right? And so all the goodness of apples and ginger and lemons I'm getting from this, and my body goes, ah. And solar plexus loves ginger. Solar plexus loves anything yellow. So there's just different ways that we are nurturing ourselves when we avail ourselves of nature's bounty. So yay, have fun. Pull out some old stuff out of your fridge. Don't throw it away. Repurpose it into a yummy drink. All right. Cheers. Cheers, flowers. Cheers, ancestors. Cheers, mamacita. Cheers, cheers. Cheers to the mountain. Cheers to the angels. Cheers to you, my friend. Yummy alchemy. Oh, friends, thanks for being here this week for our Soul Playhouse. I hope you had some fun with our rock talk, our discussions and thoughts, and listening to alchemy in its many forms. We're always alchemizing in the circle of time, just like our song this week sings. Our feature creature teacher giraffe invites us to stand tall. Our inner child invites us to play. And my little Laurie's very happy with our play this week. And so I invite you to keep listening to all the different parts of you in your alchemical process of oneness. And also to be mindful of that third chakra, your solar plexus, and all the energies that live in there and that invite you to be aware, to know if there are things from the past that are blocking that energy and need to be forgiven or released in some way, to know if there is any energy in there that might be blocked or preventing you from feeling your greatness, to have confidence and self-esteem in yourself. Yes, but to be like Giraffe and to stand tall in your truth. So eat yellow, drink yellow, be alchemical in whatever ways that you can. Thanks for being here with your mindful self and your heartful self and your willingness to keep growing and expanding and evolving your beautiful, beautiful spirit. Yes, we are here to evolve, mind, body, spirit, and we can do it with play. Right, Giraffe? Right. Right, friend? Right. All right. Thanks again for being here. We'll see you next week for Soul Playhouse. Let's play.
To play.